Hi guys, what I want to say is welcome home, and that you don't have to do anything. There is literally nothing that you must do, nothing that you have to do. If you want to do something, do it, but there's nothing that you have to do, because this is it. There is nothing else. Whatever you think that you have to do is because you want to escape something that you don't like right here, right now. So you think you have to do something, you have to, because you need to be a good person, you need to be loved, you owe things to people. You owe things to yourself, right? To your mom, to your partner, to your boss. So you have to do something, and you've been used to doing things to give yourself value, to give value to this me thought, which is not you, it's just a thought. It's not you. Really, it's not. It's just a thought, me, in which you place value, and to find this value, you do something because you want to be valued, because you love that feeling of being fulfilled. But there is no fulfillment because there's nothing that you have to do, because you cannot fulfill a thought. The thought me cannot be fulfilled because it's just a thought. It's not you. It's what you think. You cannot fulfill what you think, so you cannot become anything. You cannot. It would just be a thought of you thinking that you are someone else, something else than you were before, to give yourself more value to this thought, me, this thought, myself. It's just a thought that you call self, that you call me. It has no value, it's just a thought. Your thoughts have no value, neither do mine, they're just thoughts. No thought has more value than another, because it's just a thought. Hello, monsieur. Hello, my love. Say hi. He's not impressed. Mush, mush. He wants to star in the video, to be valued, right? Now, there's nothing to control. You cannot control anything. You cannot, I mean, if you want to control what? What people do, for example, right? Someone is angry, you don't want that person to be angry, and you're around that person a lot, so you try for that person not to be angry. You try to please that person, right? And in a way, you try to control people's reactions, which you cannot. How? If that person reacts the way you want them to, right? Peace, yeah, he succeeded. That's a thought. You have this thought, it worked, you're happy, this feeling of, wow, fulfilled, it worked. But you have not controlled that thought of, it worked, good for him, just came. You have not controlled it. Fulfilled. You will not control people. Whatever thought comes is just a thought that comes. It cannot be controlled. It's what you think. You can try to control what you think as much as you like. It's still what you think. You think you can control, but you cannot control. It's only what you think. You cannot control how you react to what I'm saying, for example. And if you try to, that's your hell. Because you try something that doesn't work. So you hold on to those thoughts, which cannot be held on to, because they're just thoughts, they come and go. You cannot control anything. Control is a total illusion. It does not exist. And once you understand that there is nothing that you have to do, to control, because you cannot control anything, that there is no control. Whatever you feel, whatever you imagine, whatever emotions come, whatever thoughts are just thoughts, emotions, feelings that don't even exist, they're just a thoughts. They come and go. If you try to control them, you may be angry, frustrated, afraid, sad, unhappy, all you like, stressed. Because you try to create something by controlling it, but you create all the time. You create your sadness by trying to control it. That's what you do. Because you try to control what cannot be controlled. Hey Mushu. Hey my love. I love for Mushu to give me hugs all the time. But he doesn't, I can't control him. And when you let go of control, that's amazing, because you let go of the thing that did not exist in the first place, and that's a relief. It's a homecoming. You come home because you're not trying to control this thought, me. You're not trying to fulfill this thought, me, because you know that it's just a thought that has no more value than any other thought. You have never controlled anything, it's only what you think. You can disagree with me, it's still what you think. And it's okay. Thoughts are nothing at all. They come and go. You can't grasp a thought. You think you can control the thoughts. The thought comes, okay? I'm happy, and you want to keep that thought. So you'll try to keep that thought. Try and keep happy. Try and keep the thought happy. Then you think of something else. Oh, I'm holding on to that thought. Happy is still there. Happy is still there. But no, happy is still there. Isn't the thought. It's not the thought. Happy. You cannot control the thought. The thought comes and goes. That's it. There's nothing to understand. There's nothing to understand because there's nothing to control. You cannot control what you understand. You cannot control if you understand what I'm saying or not. You just do or you don't. You can listen again, sure. But your decision to listen again just counts. It's you don't make the decision. I mean, in a way you do. You make the decision and you don't. And it can't be explained. It's just, there's no conflict there. You do, you create what you live, what you feel, what you imagine, but you cannot control that you imagine, whatever it is you imagine, and there is no conflict there. It's just, you know that you don't know, and I know that I don't know. And today you don't know that you know. Or what you need to know, which is nothing, because there is nothing to know, because there is nothing to control, because you are who you are, and you are not what you control, you are not what you think, and you cannot control who you are, you just are. And you are amazing the way you are. Like right now, I'm trying to control my wife who's coming because I'm making the video, but I cannot control her. Trust me, I tried, I cannot. I cannot control myself either. It doesn't work like that. But you can keep trying to control what you can't control, and you'll be unhappy, and you create your own unhappiness, and that's you who creates it and no one else, because you try to control what cannot be controlled, and there's nothing to understand, and because there's nothing to understand, there's nothing to control, because you're not trying to control what you understand or not. Because it doesn't matter if you understand or not, because either way you don't control if you do, and you're free all the time, and that's amazing, the way it is. You cannot control who you are because you are. You cannot control what you do. That's what you do. You control what you do in the sense that you choose whether you do it or not. Sure. In that way you control, but it's not. There is no one who controls that. It's just a thought. It's your thoughts come and go. Your thought of controlling is just a thought of controlling. It's not something that can be controlled. There is nothing to know. And that's what you need to come to know, because once you know that, once you see that, that's it. You're free. You're not trying to know anything. The need to know is gone. So is the need to control. And always left is life the way it is, and that's amazing. It's always been. And now you know that it always was and always will be. Regardless of what happens, because what happens cannot be controlled. I hope it helps. I cannot control whether it helps or not. I could not control what I said. I just said it. I can think I control it, but that's a thought. It's not true. It's just a thought that comes and goes. Enjoy. I love you. You're amazing. The way you are. It's Maxx from the Words of Magic. See you around. Bye bye.